Okay, good afternoon, everybody. As Andrea said, I would like to share my broad experiences I got during working with Europe. This one? Working within European Commission working groups, access to risk finance, science with and for society, and some others. Also working as a coordinator of numerous of European projects. And also I was somehow the initiator and the coordinator of the innovation ecosystem development in the city of Ljubljana. So I would like to present you some opportunities, some challenges, and also some cases on innovation ecosystem development. And I would like to go with you through these questions. How to better respond to public and private challenges, how to better exploit all EU funds. There are a lot of money coming from there. What is the role of technology transfer offices, and maybe also some models, good models on that. What about services and service innovation? Does they contribute to smarter Europe or not? How to leverage private capital. We heard that funding is very important if you want to develop invention into innovation. And how to transfer knowledge, but not only among Adriatic regions, but also in between Adriatic and other EU more developed regions or less developed. Both count. And at the end, I will give you some of my conclusions. So the first questions, you know that all governments nowadays are under a big pressure how to better respond to public and private challenges. On the other side, we have universities, and they don't have so much money anymore, and there is also a question about the value of their working. So they have to change their role somehow, or their attitude. So the most important is that they listen citizens, what are their needs, and what Steve Jobs said, that especially universities, that they have to start with customer experiences, and then they have to go back to technologies and not the other way around. So what it means that the work in the cooperation should be a little bit different, not just working inside the university or working with government and maybe to involve SMEs in industry, but you should work very closely to citizens, and you should put them into the center of the whole innovation process. So what Andrea said, the result of the Pacinno, if I understood you quite well, will be also to create a platform of universities. I would like just to point out here that there is an initiative going on, leading by UK university, and they are creating a kind of, this is a co-learning project, they are creating a European network of civic universities. So it would be good maybe to contact them. Universities that are already there are coming from Ireland, from Finland, and from Netherlands. And they are very good at that, how to involve and how to work with citizens. So, how to better exploit all kinds of funds, Horizon 2020 and also structural funds. Maybe you are good at in the exploitation of in Horizon 2020, but the question is how to combine this money and the money coming from structural funds. So one is for sure that you need a very good smart strategy on the national level. This is the first step. And the next step is to involve smart mayors. They have a lot of ideas how to deal with urban development and how to deal with environmental issues and what are the citizens' needs. So it would be fine to have it with you as well. Here I would like to just to give you an information. Smart City platform project is going on, and partners are already Slovenia, Croatia, Spain, and Germany. You can get from them a lot of knowledge how to work with citizens. And also, don't forget Amsterdam Smart City and Barcelona Smart City strategy. A very good strategy, and you can see a lot of cases how to better fulfill citizens' needs and create knowledge-based jobs. And also, open innovation strategy in Austria will give you a lot of ideas. They developed around 16 concrete measures how to work with citizens, starting within kindergartens and schools. Austria said that this is the first open innovation strategy, not just in Europe, but also in the world. So take a look at that, it's really worth it. So technology transfer, you all know what is the life cycle of R&D projects, and that there is a big gap in the development phase of small business. In the group Access to Risk Finance, we found out that, for example, with Dr. Eli Evan from Israel, that they have a gap in a range of from 1 to 3 million euros. And that we suggested that such a gap should be somehow supported by European funding. It doesn't work? Okay. Here you have also Israel ecosystem. I like it very much. They are very good. On one side, you have universities. They are producing somehow inventions. And they have advisory groups composed by some multinationals. And at the end, they have also a company, development company, which takes care of commercialization. But the money, the gap how to fulfill is what they need this money to fulfillment is for business development, business plan development, for IP, for strategy development, for market research. So we really hope that European Commission will listen us and will open a call for that kind of support. And what Mr. Andrea, I don't know which one, said, that they would like to have a very good technology transfer offices. I completely agree with you, but we found that there is a lack of human resources and knowledge, and the support should be given also to this kind of issues. And you already know, I hope so, that there are some calls opened on that. And the call was opened also for Balkans regions. And the first stage, as far as I know, got Serbia. So just it would be good to join them and to exchange knowledge. In your paper, I read that you would like also to support traditional industry, I would say multinational companies. You know that this is very difficult to be supported by public money, but you can overcome this barrier somehow. What we did several years ago in one project, Connect to Ideas, when we bring together multinationals and SMEs. During the project, we found out that there are different kinds of models of multinationals. Some of them, they have just so-called in-house research units, and that even don't cooperate with universities and research institutes. Some of companies, they are looking for new technologies, but these technologies could be already on the market, developed by SMEs. And we have in our network also trendsetters, like, for example, our company Trimo Trebne, and they are very good at the technology, but they would like to have more, and they were looking on a global level, but they have problems how to come to this market. So we bring together each multinational company, and companies we had at that time were like Kodak, Procter & Gamble, from Slovenia, Trimo, Imocelje, Technology Park for ICT, and Hermes Soft Lab. And we bring together multinational company with small and medium enterprises, around 20 to 30 of them, and they were working together at the time and prepared a kind of a roadmap of long-term cooperation. And what was important, that they used at that time open innovation methodology and foresight methodology, and we did some good results. So RTC North, the company from UK, was the leader of this project, and they are still working, helping SMEs in all stages of innovation and commercialization. I already asked you about service innovation. Can they contribute to smarter Europe? You will agree with me that yes, they can, because Europe needs more innovation to deal with challenges such as aging population, such as climate change, energy and resource efficiency, and there are a lot of opportunities for SMEs to develop new services. And nowadays, very trendy is also immigration and terrorism. And believe me, there is a huge potential for SMEs as well as for NGOs, for example. I was in the group of, we prepared a kind of the transformative power of service innovation. You will find on this link two books of cases. case studies that are for smart growth, for inclusive and for sustainable growth as well. You just take a look, maybe you can get some ideas and you can adapt it to your needs, to your region's needs, or you can just join if there is a cluster already developed, the cluster which is very well known in Europe. Oh, what I did now? Services innovation in tourism. Do you know that today is the World Day of Tourism? And I'm sure that you are aware of that tourism is one of, I mean, a big potential for Adriatic and Ionian regions. Here I would just like to warn you that what you need to do is to attract higher value tourists, not to start with mass tourism, because you will just get problems with environment and some other similar issues. How to do this? The best way is to somehow develop tourism together with culture, healthcare, you can, if you want, also sport, and everything should be based on IT. You know that digitalization and virtual reality is nowadays very trendy. And don't forget to involve also creative sector. You will get, I mean, they give a big added value to the product. So there is a large-scale demonstrator. It is presented in the book I told you before. There is a tourism cluster in Canary Island, and you will see that you can get a lot of ideas how did the strategy for the long-term cooperation. According to my experience in Slovenia, I coordinated innovation strategy on the national level, and we finished it in 2004. And at that time, we already noticed or identified that the main potential for Slovenia is very small, and we don't have so much nice, I mean, clean water and other resources. But the main potential is to develop integral tourist product together with culture and healthcare and ICT. And at that time, the company was set up, the Institute, Bank of Tourism Potential. They are still working, and they are on one side they are looking for good tourism ideas, and on the other side they are looking for funding. They bring together investors and ideas, and at the end of the day they have some money for awarding the best ideas, best business plans as well. So once you are well organized and you have national smart strategy and you identified your sector of activity, of course at the end of the day you need the money. But you know all that there is a lack of public money. Even European fundings are not available enough, so you need to leverage private capital. And I'm working also with the venture capital fund. You know that they are mainly for high-tech companies. And I got a lot of experiences how to attract private investors. So in Ljubljana, we organized somehow, we have a co-investment fund, and we have also business angels, and we have some another alternative financing, like crowdfunding, and in some other EU more developed regions, they have also family investors. There are some good examples, especially in West countries, and I would just like to point it out, Austria, Germany, and UK. I prefer Austria very much because they have a very good scheme. Also, they are supporting successful R&D projects by soft loans and guarantees. And what is the most important is that they are combining this with coaching and mentoring. So you need this chart, you see this chart, the money is needed through the whole life cycle stages of companies, and you should have this in your mind. The co-investment funds working very well, but as far as I know, in Eastern countries and also Balkans, I don't know how far you are with that. There are a lot of problems and a lot of challenges to overcome, starting with the legislation on the national level. Then what would be the share in between private and public money, how to share the risk, and also there are problems with SMEs to prepare good business plans and to present them into to investors. On the other side, there are problems also with private investors. You could agree with me that there are a lot of money on the floor, but investors, they don't know what is the role of business angel, how to enter the company, how to follow the company, and what is the most important, how to and when to exit the company. So we succeeded within the group, European groups, that the call, I'm not so sure, is it already open or not, for capacity building, SME capacity building and business angel capacity building. Maybe just take care of that course as well. So, knowledge transfer, yes, there is a lack of human resources, not only in Balkans regions and Eastern, but also Western regions. Last 2 years, I was in one group, mutual learning exercise. We did a kind of methodology of knowledge transfer among regions on specific topics. And we worked mainly on policy instruments, because there are a lot of challenges, problems to overcome. So we identify challenges for policy makers. We discussed these challenges with them and identify some very practical issues that they were focusing on. And then we create a kind of, organize a kind of small groups of policy makers coming from different kind of regions. They were all equal. And now the pilot case is going on, and as I know, they are working in some particular issue for taxes. I think that this is for taxes. So to conclude, you should think globally and work locally. You should start with customer experience and not the other way around. Use open innovation. It is sometimes difficult, but don't be closed. You should be open. Involve smart mayors. They have a lot of ideas. There is a potential also for you to create a kind of Adriatic expert pool, and I think that you're already working on that, and maybe to start using the methodology of learning methodology we created. Find world-class clusters and join them. They have a lot of knowledge. Don't start with clustering, I mean, in your region, if you have already something on the market. Leverage private capital. Don't forget service innovation, and especially focus on immigrants and terrorism. And don't forget cross-sectorial networking, ICT and creative industry is very important to give some added value to products and services. Thank you very much.